Listen closely, because this is the part no one ever tells you. In a real collapse, being dangerous has nothing to do with guns, muscles, or how loud you can be. The people who last aren't the strongest or the richest. They're the ones whose lifestyle quietly rewired their nervous system long before everything fell apart. When the lights go out, when rules dissolve, when fear becomes contagious, your daily habits decide whether you freeze, run, or adapt faster than everyone else. Here's the uncomfortable truth: modern life trains you to be fragile. Constant comfort, instant gratification, predictable routines, these dull your threat perception and slow your reaction time. Collapse doesn't reward comfort. It rewards adaptability. And the first lifestyle shift that makes you dangerous is learning to live slightly uncomfortable on purpose. This isn't about pretending to be tough. It's about deliberately exposing yourself to controlled stress, cold showers, fasting windows, physical exertion without entertainment. These stressors recalibrate your autonomic nervous system. Your body learns that discomfort doesn't equal danger. So when panic spreads, your heart rate doesn't spike as fast, your breathing stays controlled, and your fine motor skills don't disappear. Biologically, this is stress inoculation, used in military training for a reason. People who practice controlled hardship think more clearly under chaos. This insight is based on practical field survival experience rather than formal academic sources. The second lifestyle shift is eliminating your dependence on constant input. Most people don't realize how addicted they are to stimulation, music, podcasts, notifications, background noise. Silence makes them uneasy. In a collapse, noise equals exposure, distraction leads to mistakes, and information overload creates paralysis. Training yourself to function in silence sharpens situational awareness. Your hearing becomes more sensitive. Your mind slows down. You begin to notice patterns, footsteps that don't belong, rhythms that feel off, moments when the environment goes quiet for a reason. Neuroscience backs this up. Reducing constant stimuli strengthens attention control and threat detection. The animals that survive aren't the loudest, they're the most observant. When everyone else needs noise to feel normal, your comfort with silence makes you dangerous. The third shift is changing how you consume calories and energy. Modern eating habits destroy survival efficiency. Constant snacking trains your body to expect fuel on demand. When scarcity hits, that expectation turns into weakness, brain fog, irritability, panic. People who practice intermittent fasting or irregular meal timing build metabolic flexibility. Their bodies switch between glucose and fat without crisis. That means stable cognition even when food is uncertain. In real disasters, search and rescue, and military field reports consistently show that hunger-driven cognitive collapse, not injury, is what removes people early. When your lifestyle teaches your body patience, hunger becomes information, not an emergency. This insight comes from practical field experience rather than formal academic sources. Now comes one that makes people uncomfortable: social detachment without isolation. Collapse punishes extremes. Lone wolves burn out. Blind followers get exploited. Dangerous people learn how to operate independently while remaining socially invisible. That means reducing the need for validation, approval, or group identity. When your self-worth isn't tied to being seen or liked, you don't overshare. You don't signal resources. You don't broadcast fear. In psychology, this is called reducing social noise. In survival terms, it means fewer people remember you, fewer people track you, and fewer people see you as either a threat or a resource. In unstable environments, being forgettable is power. The fifth lifestyle shift is developing manual competence in a digital world. When systems collapse, abstraction dies. Money becomes paper. Apps turn into useless icons. Instructions vanish. People who only understand how things work in theory freeze when reality resists them. But people who live hands-on, who fix, build, and understand leverage, friction, heat, and pressure, adapt quickly. This isn't about collecting skills. It's about rewiring how you think. When you've repaired instead of replaced, when you've built instead of ordered, your brain defaults to problem-solving under constraint. Physics doesn't change during collapse. Water still flows downhill. Heat still rises. Simple machines still multiply force. A lifestyle of making and fixing turns chaos into puzzles instead of threats. Here's the shift no one wants to hear: emotional regulation beats morality in the early stages of collapse. This doesn't mean becoming cruel. It means understanding that panic, guilt, and hesitation get people killed before ethics even come into play. People trained to pause before reacting, who've practiced breathing under stress, delaying emotional decisions, and observing before acting, outlast people with better intentions. There's a reason combat training prioritizes emotional control over aggression. When fear spikes, the amygdala hijacks decision-making. Lifestyle habits like slow breathing, journaling under stress, and deliberate solitude strengthen prefrontal control. You don't become heartless, you become precise. And finally, the most dangerous lifestyle shift of all, accepting that collapse isn't an event, it's a process. People waiting for a single dramatic moment miss the slow failures. Supply chains thinning. Trust eroding. Response times stretching. When your lifestyle already assumes instability, you adapt before others even realize the rules have changed. You don't wait for permission. You don't expect rescue. You don't panic when plans break. You pivot. That mindset alone separates survivors from casualties. Here's the quiet pattern behind everything you just heard. Every one of these lifestyle shifts reduces dependence on comfort, noise, food certainty, validation, systems, and emotional impulses. Dependence creates fragility. Independence creates adaptability, and adaptability is what makes you dangerous when everything else collapses.